welcome to episode number 2, Victor George Leather Goods YouTube videos, specifically leather workshop tips, tricks, techniques, hacks, old school, unorthodox. I'm going to give them to you in a shotgun effect. Hopefully something sticks. That's it. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Thank you. First hack I'm going to show you today is something I use in my shop. It's a bracelet, watch band related, gluing a lining on a curve. So I have a cylindrical aluminum block. It's about 2 inches wide. I just tape flush side up my lining leather. I just stick it in there to hold it. And you can't get these in wooden blocks. I find them to be a little expensive. So then you take your piece, whatever it is that you want your bracelet to be, contact cement both sides, and glue it on the round like that. Let that set up, and once it's all set up, ready to work, it'll come out in a slight curve. The nice thing about this is that when you do bend that around, you won't get any wrinkles on the inside, and that will be very comfortable for whoever's wearing it. So if you were to glue it on the flat and then bend it, depending on the lining that you're going to use, you could have some problems. So here's a simple solution for any type of bracelets you want a lining sewn to, and that's how you tack it up. The nice thing also about these is you can pretty much flatten them for sewing them, for trimming the excess lining, and that's your first hack. Okay, continuing on the bracelet theme, I like going to thrift stores and antique shops and finding these 1970s style embossed Western belts that I turn into bracelets. They're a lot of fun. You can add conchos, and they dress up nice. But these are harder and harder to find. So what I did is I went to Tandy and I bought their lightly embossed belt blanks. These are just rolled and very, very lightly rolled. So what I do is I take them and then I highlight them. I'll take mule's foot, various camo stamps, backgrounders, and just deepen all the cuts. And then I turn these into bracelets. I'll stain them, I'll antique them, add a concho to it if I want, and then they'll make really, really nice, low-cost costume jewelry. All right? Okay, this next hack is a tool that I've made. Comes in very handy in my shop. I've had one for years, actually. I just take these screwdrivers and then I will sharpen them to chisel point. They are great for filigree work, and primarily I use them for applying spots. I don't have a spot machine. I still set them one at a time. So the flanges, once you've determined your spacing, are easily cut with the appropriate size screwdriver. All right, so that's that hack. All right, here's a quick one. I like using the number 2 X-Acto knives in my shop. They're very handy, and they're very sharp and rather inexpensive. But they also have these groover attachments that you can buy. And if you need to cut a relief on the inside spine of a knife sheath, you can just place this next to a ruler and you can cut your grooves. And it takes just a little bit of practice to get the groove depth the same every single time. So that's what I use, and they're easy to sharpen, and I always have it available for a quick groove. Okay, so sanding edges to get a nice edged finish. I'm not saying this one is, I'm just using this as an example. So salon boards, they come in various grits. I think 150, 180, and 220. They're flexible, and they are really nice for sanding your edges with a lot of control. Also, if you go to your automotive stores, these come with different grits. This pack happens to be 1,000. They're literally just Velcroed onto this kind of a rubberized handle. And for final finishing, it makes a absolutely wonderful edge sanding tool. Okay, this tip is if you are stamping on light 3-4 ounce leather, if you've ever experienced this, if this is being stamped directly onto your marble board, old school trick is you take it and you case it appropriately. I'm not a carver, I am a stamper. You won't believe it by looking at that. But anyway, just lay. You can tape it also to prevent stretch, but just lay it on another piece of 3-4 ounce leather, scrap, and then you can stamp it and you can get deep impressions in thin leather without cutting through. All right, that's been around for many, many years. This concludes episode 2 of Tips, Tricks, and Techniques for the Workshop, and I hope you enjoyed it. So they came at you a little fast and furious. Some are good, some may not be so good. Maybe it'll give you something to ponder, and that's really the purpose of all these hacks. All right, so thank you. Stay tuned for episode 3 coming up sometime down the road. Thank you.